What kind of man is this? What kind of man is you, Edochie? Well, I'm sure most of you will not be happy with this update. You will not be happy with this update because you probably will expect that May will be much more maybe conscious. But you see, in life, when you have issues to deal with and it seems everything is overwhelming, and that individual, although the person had betrayed you in the past, but this person is still that known face. You've met friends, well-wishers, supporters, and all of that, but this person has always been there in the past when life was tough. But eventually you realize that this person is not really who they say or he or she say they are. Danielle or Daniela, she's not taking it easy anymore with her father. She says she cares less and that she's going to really expose and do series on her father. That it is time for her to speak. You know, it is not acceptable. It's not a culture in Africa for children to begin to speak and act out of anger or whatever. You can do that privately, but you are not expected to come on social media and start dragging your father, even privately. You are not expected to get in between your parents when they are having their issues, divorce issues particularly. But now, Daniela said, no, I want to be involved in this one. I have to be. Daniela has always been supportive. We all know that. Always in support of our mom. Always in support. But I'm not going to waste your time. I want to go down to what is really going on right now. This is serious. This is extremely serious. So, May wanted to upgrade life. And she had gotten this business set up, supermarket, like a boutique and all of those. And also a place where she can sell her brand without anyone troubling her or injuring her. She just wants to have this establishment. So she had gotten a place earlier. She got a place where she will be sorting out her things, selling out her stuff. And she needed a bigger place because she made a huge order. Now, here's where the problem is. Most of the times, property owners, warehouse owners, they do this wicked act. They want to give the property to the highest bidder. They will not tell you, stop, don't bring money. They will take what you have and still take from someone else. And eventually, you will be disappointed. They will say, oh, sorry, that property that you want to rent is gone. I have this one that you guys never bargained for, that you guys never had any discussion about. I have this one to rent out, not the other one. Don't worry, I will give it to you. Well, she had her hopes shattered because this property owner had given the warehouse to someone else. Giving it to someone else, and she needed to hurriedly find a place to put her goods. She cannot leave it where it is because of the amount of money that will be paid, and it is not even safe to keep your goods after your goods arrive. So she needed help. Edochie got wind of this and quickly rushed and said, oh no, I have a place that you can keep this. I heard you have issues and problems with your goods. We are still family. You have my children with you, regardless of anything. I cannot see you in need and close my eyes and act and pretend that you don't exist, regardless of whatever. If you want my help, I will offer. So Edochie quickly contacted Danielle and made arrangements to have a place to put the goods. Of course, he really got a place. He has a place where these goods can be stored and safe. Yes. So Danielle was the go-between them, like, Mom, let us at least put this thing there. Daddy has given us a place. Let's put it there. Now, May was suspicious at first. May was a little bit slow on deciding what to do. But Danielle said, okay, Dad, Mom, all right, let's just do this thing and get over it ASAP and move on so that we can begin what we need to do. You need to put these things in a store. You need a holding place before we begin to do what we need to do. The thing is this, she finally agreed and they put what they needed to put there. The goods were all loaded into that place. Not because both of them are going to come together, but you know how these things are. You know someone before, you've been together before, you have issues. People will be like, even at that, at least, if he has something to offer, at least take. You can't say you don't know him. Even if he's not a good man, at least still do something. Still accept. So she did. She accepted. Edochie failed. Edochie failed. Why? Because when they went to where the goods are, what May saw there is not what she put in there. I mean, the number of goods, the amount of goods that she put in there, it has reduced drastically. Edochie, where are the goods? He said, is the way you are saying it is the way I'm saying it also. But these goods, you said these goods are safe here and everything is fine. Edochie has removed the tithe from these goods. Like, Edochie is broke and things are not like going fine well with him. And he needs this to like sort himself out, something like that. So quickly, I think Edochie had then called who needs to be called. And some of these goods, allegedly, let me use the word allegedly because I think things have to be done on it. And information, so we still need the proper information on this one. But I'm thinking that Edochie knows what happened to these goods. That's why Daniele is saying, I am not going to accept. I am not going to accept. I am not going to accept this one because I was more or less like a go-between. I'm not going to accept this one. I'm going to talk. Daddy, those goods must be released. They must come out wherever it is. Either it is sold, it is hidden, it is stolen, whatever it is that is happening, we must get on top of this matter. Daniele is angry. Daniele is angry. In fact, Mary cannot even say anything because it sounds horrible. People will be like, how can you this guy is broke. But we also, of course, you needed help at that time. You needed where those goods would be kept. You can't leave them in the containers and whatever transport that brought them. You need to get them to a safe place. And he offered to have them kept in a safe place. And now, trouble has started. Trouble has started because these goods, the number of the goods, the quantity, Edochie somehow decided to help himself with the goods, maybe to sell them. Of course, obviously, it's not possible for him to wear or use some of these goods, female attires and many things. Edochie took them all. Took those things, selected very, nice, good. Know how these things are. Took all of them. Took it all. Now, Danielle did not stop at that. Danielle did not stop. Danielle started giving us updates on what Edochie had done in the past. That back then, her mom was into, apart from electronics, she was also into jewelries. And that they observed the same thing, that jewelries will disappear. Certain jewelries will disappear. And you can't just look at your husband and say, you are a thief. Like you are the one stealing. It could bring an end to the marriage. I mean, you cannot. You can't. There are things you can't do. But they were like, okay, let's just see what is really happening to this business. Why is it happening this way? But do you know that whilst May was busy planning for the family, Yul Edochie was busy planning for Judy Austin. In fact, Danielle says some of the jewelries, although they've sold it, but one or two that Judy Austin still puts on till today, she said it is part of the goods her mom had imported. It's part of the goods that her mom sells. Yul Edochie was stealing some of them, taking some of them. Are we going to use the word steal that? Because he's going to say, why not? My money is also part of it. This is serious. My money is also part of it. So, therefore, I have the right. I have the right to take whatever I need to take. There is nobody that can challenge me. Nobody can tell me that I have done wrong. Well, life is full of terrible things. Life is full of mysteries, and if you look at certain things, you'll be kind of in shock. You will be in shock. You will be in shock. Yes, you'll be in shock if you look at some things in this life. You'll be in shock. You will be in shock. How can Yul Edochie do these things? I mean, how is he so comfortable? The same game that he played then is the same that he's still playing now. Danielle said, I am not going to keep quiet about this one. I'm going to open my mouth wide on this one, unless my daddy will put things together as it should be done. Not for daddy and mommy to come back again, but about this thing, we gave you our trust again. You have decided to betray. You have decided to repeat the same thing. And I'm kind of comfortable with it somehow. Do you know why? Not because it's a good thing, having put your money into something and then you end up being cheated out of your hard-earned money. You end up being, your goods are stolen. I'm not saying it's a good thing. But now, May and Danielle can now boldly confirm, because then they might be thinking, is it Danielle that is taking this thing gold to sell to our friends in school? Who is the person doing this thing? That kind of thing might be there. But now it is clear, much more clearer, that Yul Edochie has always been behind this theft. Look at what has happened now. They gave him their trust again, but he decided to throw everything out there, like disgrace the family, like embarrass the family again. Yes, I know Yul Edochie is going through a hard time, and people said May should have known that Yul Edochie is going through the lowest of the lowest, and there's nothing that he can't do. He can do anything. He's desperate and extremely, I don't know what else to classify him. There's nothing he can't do. There is nothing that Yul Edochie cannot do at this time and at this moment. So it would be in the best. It would be in the best interest of May never to repeat this one again.